Hey everybody, welcome back. I thought today I would at least start the sketch process for turning Eevee, the Pokemon, into a person. I don't know why I'm doing all the turning Pokemon characters into people lately, but I thought it was a cute idea and I wanted to keep going with it, so here we are. I don't really have much of an idea. Obviously, they want them to have like big fluffy hair. It's going to be long and brown. I want them to have like a bit of a baby face. Because Eevee is the babiest Pokemon. And I love Eevee. Eevee is one of my favorites. Only topped by Sylveon, who is in fact an evolution. If you saw my last video about turning myself into a Pokemon trainer, that's the Pokemon that I would have by my side as a trainer. You know what, I think... What if we gave her like an oversized sweater and leggings? Oh, that'd be like really cute, I think. Because she's really fluffy, right? Eevee. If you guys don't know what Eevee is, there's a picture of Eevee right now. Look at that editing skills. Wow. I actually wasn't allowed to watch or play Pokemon growing up as a kid. My mom thought that it was evil, so... Which I'm not really sure where the evil idea came from. But that's just what we were told to believe. That's what we believed. So yeah, not until much later years do we realize that, hey... Well, I should say I realized. My husband was huge into Pokemon as a kid. He's huge into any kind of game. If it was a game that could be played, you can bet that my husband has probably played it at some point. He and I both played through Pokemon Sword and Shield, which was my first Pokemon game, unless you count Pokemon Go, but I don't think that should be counted as a real Pokemon game. It's kind of more of a spin-off game. Because there's no story to it, right? You kind of just have this vague idea, oh, I need to go out and gotta catch them all, right? Whereas I'm still playing through Pokemon Sword. He got Shield because it was red. Red is kind of my husband's color. And I got Shield because that was the other one, and I was fine with that. Like, I don't mind. I was just happy to play a Pokemon game. And I have a Sylveon that I have leveled up pretty severely. And I'm now working on having a whole arsenal of just like different evolutions. Because that's just how I roll. I say that's how I roll. Again, this is the first game that I've played. It's how I decided to roll now that I'm playing it through for the first time. But it's fine. It's fine. And I don't think that I'm going to get through the entire work of this piece. I'll probably slap down some line art and call it there, I'm gonna guess. It probably depends on the timing of the video and everything, because I always assume that I draw a lot faster than I do, and then I go to record myself and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's been 30 minutes already. So I'm trying to keep, like, even as I talk right now, I'm trying to keep an active eye on the time to make sure that I don't go too long. But we'll see how it goes in the long run. And actually, I might change the size of her head. I don't know if I like the size of her head right now. But we're going to stick with it for now and see how it looks. I'm also still wildly working on my own personal style because I really don't know what I'm doing. And I realized that it's okay if my art style looks a little bit like somebody else's, as long as I don't actively like have up their reference picture and I'm trying to copy each and every single detail. It's kind of like grocery shopping, right? Like, you don't want maybe not a whole meal of any one particular item, but you're like, oh, I like that part and I like that part. And that's okay. That's okay if you kind of pick and choose how you want your art to look like. And I hate to break it to you, no artist is that original that they're coming up with a completely new style 100% on their own. Ever. Like, that's just not going to happen anymore. There have been so many artists for such a long time now that nobody's style is going to be 100% unique to them. They've probably stole that style from somebody else, and that's okay. Well, again, let me rephrase that. Don't steal a style from somebody else. Don't breathe in, breathe out this artist's work to the point where you have lost all your own originality. Originality? Yeah, that's a word. But just where you lose yourself, basically, right? Like, that's the last thing that you really want as an artist, is to be a complete copy of somebody else. Now, like, my eyes, for example, especially lately, are in reference to the Sailor Moon artist. And I feel like a terrible human being, but hey, here's her name. But yeah, she was an amazing artist, and I really like a lot of her style choices. So my eyes, I have imitated her. But again, whenever I'm drawing, I just keep in mind like how I like my eyes to be drawn, thinking about her style. I don't constantly have a picture of Sailor Moon or any of her characters or any of her artwork constantly pulled up on my computer to look at it and constantly reference and cross-reference. And now, again, if I was doing fan art of Sailor Moon, I probably would. But that's, again, not trying to steal her character, not saying that, oh, look at this character I named, I don't know, Sailor Person Star. I don't know. But I think you guys get what I'm saying. If I'm drawing a character that she has created, I'm not trying to claim the character as my own. Rather, I am creating my own fan art of it. Where if I'm drawing eyes to imitate hers, I can say right now, yeah, I took my style and kind of based it off her style. But the rest of the picture is still my picture. Even if it's based off Eevee, which is a Pokemon character, which is owned by Nintendo, and I'm sure that there was another original artist that Nintendo paid to come up with this character. Right? Like, it's not the same. And it's not like I'm pulling up another fan art of somebody else's, copying it and saying, oh look, this is my own thing. The world of art is just so vast and so big, and it's so interesting, and it's so cool to see other artists' works and see kind of what they do. I hate that. Ugh. Sorry. I obviously did not work out and figure out where that leg is going. And that's why sketch layers are so important to actually like finish out the image. Now we'll put the leg back here somewhere. But again, that's kind of my, what do they call it, soapbox. That's my soapbox for today. And I don't know if I'm going to make this into a series where I draw different Pokemon. That might be kind of cool if I did that. I might do that. Who knows? Who knows what I'm doing with my life? Because I certainly don't. I've also started trying to upload twice a week instead of just once a week. It's a little bit more of a handful than I thought it was going to be, which, you know, sounds silly to say that, but I should have known it was going to be that much. But I didn't even think about it. There I go again. I don't want that layer. I've started doing my line art in vector layers, and I don't remember if I spoke about this or not. Vector layers are just a little bit easier for me, I think, to clean up once I'm done with them. A little bit easier to look at. Again, clean up, kind of work with, I think, than just a regular reference layer. I think they're called reference layers otherwise. I don't know. This little box right here, if you guys can see my mouse, this little box right here means that it's a vector layer. I don't know exactly what vector layer means. I know that whenever I'm using it, it means that I can edit the lines themselves, and I can have the lines separate on a separate layer, which of course, if you're going to do line art, of course you want it a separate layer altogether. I'm not explaining it very well. If you guys are curious about a vector layer, please definitely check it out. I have seen a lot of other artists find it useful, so it's not my original idea. And just like that, you know, you don't steal things from other artists if you're learning from other artists. I think that's a big difference that a lot of people don't see. And you know what? I think I'm actually gonna do the line art in another layer or another video. Oh my gosh, I can't speak today. I'm so sorry, guys. But I'm gonna end the video here. This is the sketch. I will show you the line art in the next video. Thanks you guys so much for watching. Bye!